We are the Oak Ridge High School cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Big Red! Go, Fred!
Folks around these parts say that about once every 10 years, something happens around here that you don't see very often. I'm not talking about the census workers knocking on your door, nor am I talking about Captain Davy Jones being able to step on land for just one day. I'm talking about the Clinton Dragons getting a rare win against the Oak Ridge Wildcats. I guess the math works out all right. Oak Ridge has 48 wins in the series, while Clinton has 12. So then you say, well, wouldn't that mean that Clinton gets one win for every 4 Oak Ridge wins? Well, yeah, normally. But this series started all the way back in 1943, and Clinton won 5 out of the first 6 matchups, which skewed things a little bit. In 1970, the schools scheduled each other for an annual matchup, and it's happened every year since. Let's look at it from that standpoint. The Dragons got 2 wins in the early 70s, around the time the world was finding out about David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. In 1986, the year of the Chernobyl incident, Clinton prevailed again. It was 1992 before Oak Ridge would lose another game in the series. The same year, Marissa Tomei won Best Supporting Actress for her role in My Cousin Vinny. 1997 saw another Clinton win as head coach Jim Gallagher got his second win against legendary Joe Gaddis. The turn of the millennium was rough on the team in orange and black as Oak Ridge would go on to win by an average of 34 points until 2008, when Clinton would end a streak of 9 straight losses and start one of their own, winning again in 2009, 16-14. So here's the problem now. Clinton didn't win one in the 2010 decade, and the Wildcats have reeled off 11 straight victories. The law of averages tells us that the rent is due, and Clinton has a good chance this season as it's had in several. Can they pull it off? We'll find out shortly on the OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7, someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, reckontoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by the man I met on the streets of Liberty, Coach James Hoot Gibson, for our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. With over 5 years of experience and $20 million in sales, serving the Scott, Morgan, Cumberland, Loudoun, Knox, Meigs, and Morgan County areas. Give her a call at 423-334-0070 or the other number on the screen there, 423-619-6748. We're at beautiful, historic Blankenship Field where tonight Oak Ridge hosts Clinton. The Dragons won 6 games last season, the most it's had since 2014. On the other hand, Oak Ridge won just 3 games, the least it's had since all the way back in 1946. This kind of looks like a 1-10 kind of year for the Dragons, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is a different Clinton football team than we have seen in years past, and this could be the year the Dragons have enough depth to upset the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
We're getting closer to kickoff, and we'll preview this game coming up, as well as look at what else is happening around the viewing area when we get back. You are tuned in to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
When we moved to Tennessee last year, found out he had terminal cancer. And just hearing that, this was supposed to be his lifelong home. It was like they were family when they came up. The respect that you can't fathom, the respect that somebody shown to your family member. When they had left, we turned around and looked, and my dad had passed away in his chair. They had his blankets folded up so nice, and they put a red rose on his chair. Just the afterthought of something like that was nothing we could have ever experienced anyplace else.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Hi, I'm Holly Warlick, and I'm here with Kathy Mae Martin. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, rest assured, if you go with Kathy, you'll be with the winning team. Kathy ranks in the top 1% of all Coldwell Banker agents nationwide. Her commitment to excellence and her nearly 30 years of knowledge and experience is sure to give you the competitive edge.
Let me and my team assist you with all your real estate goals.
We are the Clinton High School cheerleaders here at ORUD, warming up for tonight's big game. Ready? G-O! Go, Dragons, go! G-O! Go, Dragons, go! G-O! Go, Dragons, go! Go, Dragons!
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice. Let's go, Dragons!
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
Football is back, and OEB Law is is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Gibson. We are at Blankenship Field, where Clinton is in town to take on the Wildcats tonight. And our pregame show is brought to you by Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. With over 5 years of experience and $20 million in sales, give her a call, 619-6748, or also you can give her a call on her other number as well. I didn't write that one down, though. So call, actually, 619-6748. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to, this is kind of, there's the other number, 423-334-0070. I was expecting it to be on the screen, so I didn't write it down. So this is really interesting, the Oak Ridge-Clinton rivalry here, because you look at these stands, it's packed, and people are parking like a half mile away to get here. And when we sell this game, the sponsors also kind of get in on the rivalry a little bit. Now, I'll give you an example. Clinton Mayor Scott Burton is a sponsor of tonight's game. And Scott Burton says, "Go Dragons." Okay. All right. I hear you, Scott Burton, saying go Dragons. All right. But then County Commissioner Saber Beauchamp says, "Roll, Wildcats, roll." So even our sponsors can kind of get in on it a little bit there. So, and you'll be hearing from those a little bit later tonight as well. But moving on, you know, there were some surprising results last week, including Anderson County knocking off Science Hill. It wasn't that the Mavericks won that game, it was how. A week after blowing out defending 5A champ Powell 48-14, Tim Elrod's favorite team traveled to the house that Spurrier built and knocked off 6A Science Hill 48-6. You don't want to get too excited just yet, but early on, AC looks like a certain title contender.
Yeah, I'll go a step further. I think they are the front runner to win the state championship at this point. They are clicking in all cylinders and are going to be hard to beat. So I'm excited to see what the season looks like for them moving forward.
Yeah, they're very fun to watch. You know, this is Davey Gillum's squad tonight that makes the trip to Fulton to take on the Falcons in a region matchup. You know, another surprise came out of West as the Rebels not only defeated Farragut, which some probably would have labeled as an upset, they won soundly 40-21. How good is West?
Listen, West never punted against Farragut, and Farragut's a good football squad. And West running back Latham ran for over almost 200 yards in the third quarter alone.
Wow.
I mean, come on, that's a very talented West squad, and it's going to be exciting to see what they do.
5A is loaded.
It is loaded.
So West has a road battle tonight with Halls. And moving on, we've mentioned how Rockwood may have its best team in years. And the Tigers had a litmus test kind of game last week against Sweetwater. The Wildcats put it on John Webb's program 35-0. Is Sweetwater that good, or did Rockwood not live up to the expectations in week 2?
Well, I believe some of the Rockwood faithful would even agree with this, that Rockwood laid a big egg, didn't live up to their expectations. They have more talent and better coaching to get blown out 35-0 against a pretty good Sweetwater team. Rockwood will bounce back tonight as they take on Cloudland, and I think they'll turn it around pretty quickly here.
And they're on the road for that one, so they're going up Roan Mountain. We made that trip last year. That is a long
trip now.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And, you know, we should know a lot more tonight or after tonight about Sweetwater as well, because the Wildcats are taking on Loudon. So, and we know Loudon is
tough.
Yeah, pretty good. So, I tell you what. Looking at the clock now, it says we're 17 minutes from kickoff, so we're going to go ahead and get another break. When we get back, tell you a little bit more about what's going on in the area, and then we're going to preview this one coming up for you on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this new 2022 F-150 4x4 $39,990. 2022 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive $51,245. 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Crew $62,240.
Local you trust, performance you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership. I-75 exit 122 or shop online at rayvarnerford.com.
Really? Again? Hey, if I had automotive style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
And welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson with you. And you are tuned in to our pregame show brought to you by Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. Over 5 years of experience, $20 million in sales. She can do it for you. Personal friend of both of ours. She does a good job. Very responsible person that we've known for a long time, full of integrity.
There's nobody safer out there, guys. If you are in the market to buy a new home or to sell your current home, give Elaine Walden a call. She can help you out, and she will handle everything appropriately. And that you can't speak higher of Elaine Walden.
Yep. 619-6748 is her phone number, or also 334-0070. You know, Oakdale came out firing this season, putting up 60 points in the first 2 weeks, and that's in both games. you understand a high school football game is 60 minutes of game clock, which means Oakdale scored about 1 point for every single minute that's gone by. That's impressive. The competition's not been the best, but doing that against any school in the same classification is pretty impressive. How about Coach Voiles and the Eagles?
Yeah, we've talked about Coach Voiles and company for years. His staff has done an amazing job during their time there, and he puts a very fun product on the field, and it's rejuvenated the kids in the hallways in that school that usually has about 10 kids.
And let's now join our national anthem. National anthem, of course, by the Oak Ridge High School Marching Band. We were talking about Oakdale. The competition is going to get a little bit stiffer tonight as the region slate gets started with Midway in town, and we'll want to keep an eye on that one. I want to talk about a tale of 2 weeks. My goodness. Coalfield scraped by Wartburg in week 1, 14-6. Week 2, we thought Scott High might be able to give the Yellow Jackets some fits, and a lot of us thought that, Wartburg would be able to get a win against the Harriman team coming off of a 51-0 loss to Kingston. Wrong on both counts. Not only did Coalfield defeat the 4A Highlanders, they did it going away 55-13. Not only did Wartburg not beat Harriman, the Bulldogs were never even in the 47-12 game. So if you're wondering how all this ties together, it's that Coalfield has a home game tonight against the Blue Devils. Scoreboard watchers will look at that and think, Harriman's going to easily take care of business tonight, but, we know it doesn't work like that. So how do you see this one playing out?
This should be a pretty good game to watch, and I'm expecting Coalfield to Harriman to hang pretty tight early on in the first half, and then I'm expecting the Coalfield to really explode in that second half. I'm predicting Coalfield pretty big.
And if you're wondering, Wartburg's on the road at Oneida tonight, so they'll have their first region game of the season. The AP polls came out, and so we've got a copy of those for each classification, so let's take a look at those real quick. So we'll have our 1A first. McKenzie up top, Fayetteville, Mace, Dresden, Peabody, South Pittsburgh, McEwen. But you got to go all the way down to number 10, see Coalfield there before you get really a team in this area.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Coalfield to slowly be creeping up that list.
Yep. Clay County getting one first place vote. How about that? And 2A, Hampton got 12 first place votes. They look like
Hampton's the real deal this year.
Yeah, and you see Meigs County down there at 7. They are a typical 2A powerhouse. But Hampton able to play for a state championship and win one last season, so they're getting the respect that they deserve. In 3A, you've got Alcoa. Alcoa would get the 3A in the entire state if you just throw all the classifications in there. I think this season, they play Maryville every year, and Maryville normally wins that game, but I don't know. I think this year Alcoa probably gets them.
It's going to be close regardless. It's always a fun matchup, a great atmosphere, kind of like this atmosphere here tonight.
Now, there you got Loudon and Kingston there as well. And 4A, you got Anderson County sitting there right behind Greenville. Anderson County getting 2 of those first place votes. So people know the Mavericks are something to be scared of.
They better be paying attention to the Anderson County Mavericks because they are coming.
In 5A, you got Page, which is who Powell knocked off in the state championship last year. And, of course, with Powell getting their slow start, they're not even in that top 10 right now. Of course, when they get Jordan Potts back, a lot of that's going to change. But then look at Knox West, that team we were talking about a little bit earlier, right there at number 2. So they're making quite the impression. And look at Oak Ridge hanging in there at number 9.
Yeah, Oak Ridge has a lot of talent. If they can keep that talent on the field, they could have a really good season here.
Speaking of Maryville, right there at number 2, it's odd seeing them at number 2, but Oakland has had their number the last couple of years.
Loaded roster.
Yeah.
I mean, every year Oakland is putting out, 3 to 4 Division I prospects, so it's hard to compete with that.
All right, so those are the 6A polls. We've let you know what's going on around the area. We're going to take another break. When we get back, we're going to preview this Oak Ridge-Clinton rivalry and finish out your Elaine Walden pregame show on the OEB Wall Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
When we moved to
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Hi, I'm Holly Warlick, and I'm here with Kathy Mae Martin. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, rest assured, if you go with Kathy, you'll be with the winning team. Kathy ranks in the top 1% of all Coldwell Banker agents nationwide. Her commitment to excellence and her nearly 30 years of knowledge and experience is sure to give you the competitive edge.
Let me and my team assist you with all your real estate goals.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as we finish out the Elaine Walden pregame show. Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties, serving the Morgan, Scott, Cumberland, Loudoun, Knox, and Meigs County areas. Give a call to 619-6748 or 334-0070. The time is nigh. Let's talk about this rivalry between Oak Ridge and Clinton. The last time Clinton was able to get a win in its series with Oak Ridge, the Wildcats were breaking in a new coach, Scott Blade. Blade was fresh off of a successful run in Hillsboro, and Oak Ridge was coming off of a 4-6 season. Guess what's happening in the year of our Lord, 2022? Oak Ridge is coming off of a 3-8 season and breaking in a state champion winning coach in Scott Cummings. That's interesting enough, right? Well, Clinton was coming off of a 6-win campaign back in 2008 when they got that win in 2009, or in 2007 when they got the win in 2008, breaking a streak of 9 straight losing seasons. What about this year? The Dragons are coming off of 6 wins in 2021, breaking a streak of 7 straight losing seasons. Teams that are used to losing a lot in rivalries tend to say, this is our year every single year, when clearly it's not. But come on. You have to admit that this looks like the year of the Dragon, right?
This is the best chance for Clinton to upset Oak Ridge in many years. Coach Keith at Clinton is built different, okay, and has really changed the culture there at Clinton, and I'm expecting to see some exciting football here tonight.
Last week in a loss at Bearden, Oak Ridge lost one of its best all-around players in Elijah Rogers to injury. It's also worth noting that the Wildcats were without star Brandon Hayward, who was suspended following an ejection from week 1. He's back tonight, so maybe it's not fair to judge Oak Ridge just yet. What do you think?
Oak Ridge, their best football is ahead of them. They have got to work on their discipline issues, but just watch how much better they get each week underneath Scott Cummings.
Coach Durrell, Keith's son Joshua has been great for his team this season at the quarterback position. He's 24 of 31 with over 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, which makes Clinton balanced offensively with the nice 1-2 punch of Reese King and Juwan Goins, who have combined for over 300 yards and 7 touchdowns. Clinton's schedule hasn't been as difficult as Oak Ridge's, but the Dragons have done exactly what they should do against the competition.
This is a confident squad right here, guys. This is the elite high school football in this area, one of the best rival games in all of East Tennessee, so don't go anywhere.
And there are the Wildcats dressed in their all maroon jerseys with white numerals running out, and they are going through the tunnel formed by the band. Clinton about to run out as well. The coin toss has already happened, so I get to do the thing that I do every single week, and I get to say, hey, Coach Gibson, what are the keys for both the teams tonight?
Clinton has to take the fight to Oak Ridge. Be aggressive, take chances. Oak Ridge has got to play a clean ball game, limited penalties, and must win in the kicking game.
So we alluded to Clinton has not won in this series since 2009, and so that is 12 straight wins for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. I think earlier I said 11, and someone said, hey, you need to check your math. That's not right. And sure enough, yeah, I checked my math. It's not right. But we got that now. So that has been our Lane Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show as we get set for this kickoff. And, man, the OEB Law Game of the Week is bringing you something excellent week in and week out.
What an atmosphere here tonight with the student sections decked out in construction gear. What a crowd.
Now, the clouds did drip some sweat on us a little bit earlier. I'm not going to call it what it is because I learned not to do that because Brad Jones will slap you. So I want to ask you about like the turf field. How does it do with the precipitation?
Any, condensation that is on that field is going to cause a problem. It's rubber. But that being said, it is way better than an old school grass field. So these things drain so quickly now that, basically it could be pouring down and the field conditions are pretty fair.
Clinton won the toss. They elect to receive this kickoff to start the game. Does that surprise you any?
No, it don't. They're aggressive. They know that we haven't won this ball game in 12 games. So I'm expecting a very aggressive approach out of the Clinton coaching staff.
Your kickoffs tonight sponsored by Oak Ridge Mayor Warren Gooch says, go Wildcats. As we get set to get this one underway, here is Brennan Pearson. Kicks this one deep into the end zone, and Clinton will take the touchback and will start this drive with a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Dragon 20-yard line. I tell you what, it's not every week that we get an atmosphere like this. We get lucky. We get to do a lot of really good games, but I'm juiced up. I'm ready to run through a wall.
Former Tennessee great Robert Ayers is leading this defense for the Oak Ridge Wildcats of this 2022 football season. Already making a major impact on this squad. Excited to see what type of formations he comes out with here defensively.
So there we get our first look at Joshua Keith, the coach's son. Lined up behind him in the pistol set is Reese King. 3 wideouts to Keith's right, 1 to the left. Man in motion now. That's Tegan Bollinger. Keith back to pass, out of the backfield, hits King. King looks for running room. Instead, he's tackled for a 2-yard loss, which will bring up 2nd and 12.
Great job by the Oak Ridge corner, defeating the block, getting upfield, and making a good secure tackle for a limited gain.
Yeah, you look on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Clinton sent a man in motion, an extra blocker.
Actually, a pretty good loss.
Oak Ridge read it very well.
Great job by the cornerback.
Pistol set again for Clinton. Now 2 wideouts either side. Keith, handoff. This time goes up the middle, and Oak Ridge is there to stop it.
Nothing doing.
And that's King again, losing yardage again.
So far, that Oak Ridge defensive line is getting hands on that offensive line, getting some separation and flying to the football. Clinton has lost the last few possessions in the offensive lines.
So ball spotted at the 14-yard line. You see Coach Cummings there. Back to pass. Here is Keith. Keith in trouble. Steps up in the pocket, and he's going to take off and run. Breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles, and he's brought down after a pickup of 4, but that will bring up 4th and 12. And Oak Ridge's defense comes out and gets a 3-and-out.
Very disciplined look out of that Oak Ridge defense this time. You see on the play, just nothing doing for the quarterback of Clinton. Too much pressure going on. Offensive line is going to have to hold on to their man a little bit longer, give him some time. Oak Ridge is playing fast.
Into punt for Clinton is Blaine Collins. Couple back deep to receive for Oak Ridge. This is a spinning missile taken at the 46-yard line. And for Oak Ridge, getting up the field quickly is Brandon Hayward, but there's a flag on the play. The flag will sit on the far 34-yard hash mark. And with the tackle, Damon Marable. We'll see what this flag is. And that's a hold. And that'll spot the ball all the way back to the 45-yard line. Still really good field position for Oak Ridge, but you see this return by Hayward here, and that's exactly why they missed him last week against Bearden.
Yeah, he's one of the best prospects in the country. So, I mean, he's holding offers from multiple universities. I mean, he's elite. So this Oak Ridge offensive line looks like coming out.
Hayward also just a junior. So here's our first look at Peyton Sharp, quarterback for Oak Ridge. First play is a handoff going to DeJovis Dozier, and Dozier gets ahead, maybe a pickup of 3 on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Clinton's Marable in on the tackle. Oak Ridge offensive line wasn't able to get to that second level. Oak Ridge running back picking up what he can.
And actually, I gave him 3. He got close to 5. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5. And Dozier again in the backfield for quarterback Sharp. Brian Kelly lined up at an H-back position. Handoff goes to Dozier again. Dozier slips. So there's the cloud sweat we were talking about. You said that it gets on that field and it's going to cause a little bit of issue.
Yeah, absolutely. But big old Rhett Sievers, number 73, the nose guard for Clinton, absolutely bulges in there and causes havoc. That's hard to do when you're running back. You run in there and your defensive line is getting pushed back. Really can drive you backwards.
A loss of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 7. 2 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right. Sharp in the shotgun. Hard count. Nobody jumps. Clinton sitting in a... Oh, actually, we've got a timeout. And it's going to be Clinton taking the timeout, so they want to make sure that they get the right play called for this 3rd down. Our timeouts tonight sponsored by Patterson's Appliances. And while you wait on this commercial break, go to pattersonsappliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. As Clinton comes out of the timeout, I guess they didn't like what they saw. So they want to make sure they got the right defense in for this 3rd and 7. And this time, Oak Ridge going to line up in a pistol itself. In the backfield is Dozier. Here's Sharp. His first pass is complete right up the seam, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Making that catch is Brian Kelly.
Lined up in the tight end position there and just snuck behind the linebackers. Good, easy pass by the quarterback for a big 1st down.
So, yeah, Kelly, we've seen him in the backfield playing like an H-back, but that time lined up at the tight end position. went straight up the seam. He was wide open, and now Oak Ridge has a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Dragon 20-yard line. Sharp sends a man in motion, and got flags down. I'm guessing the Wildcats weren't set. False start, Oak Ridge. That'll cost them 5 yards and bring up a Hammers 1st and 15. 8:10 left to go in the first quarter. Teams are scoreless, but Oak Ridge threatening. And here's the previous play. Just look, Sharp looked sharp up the middle.
Easy play, a good play call to build the confidence of your quarterback. Worked out for a big first down.
Sharp has 2 wideouts to the left. Now he's going to send one in motion, and handoff goes to Dozier. Dozier caught from behind and dropped after a pickup of 2 or 3.
Chase Glandon in on the tackle for the Clinton Dragons at that defensive end position.
Yeah, look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Comes straight through the line.
Beat his offensive tackle inside, and you can't have that happen if you're an offensive lineman. It causes what just happened.
So now 2nd and 12 for Oak Ridge after a pickup of 3 on that last play. Here's Sharp, fakes the handoff straight up the seam again to Kelly. Kelly makes the guy miss, going to the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. And that is brought to you tonight by State Representative John Reagan. Says best of luck this season to the Dragons and the Wildcats. And he is sponsoring tonight's touchdowns, and his first mention comes a la Oak Ridge.
They ran the same play earlier for a big first down, went right back to it, just to the opposite side of the field, floated the ball to him. He does the work.
Yeah, so they're seeing something.
They're attacking the middle of that defense.
David Wilson on now to attempt the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So now Oak Ridge leads this one with 7:31 left to go in the first quarter. It's Wildcats 7, Dragons 0 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
What's up?
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week, and who better to talk about the OEB Law Game of the Week than Mr. OEB himself. That is Tim Elrod as we get set for Oak Ridge's second kickoff of the night, brought to you by Mayor Warren Gooch, saying go Wildcats.
Well, it's great to be here. It's another OEB Law Game of the Week. We've got Oak Ridge and Clinton, a long rivalry judged, I guess, for Clinton in terms of wins per decade. But Oak Ridge has showed up here tonight, and Clinton showed up too. What a great atmosphere, you know. You've got a lot of fans in the stands, you know. You got great conditions, so we're just in for a great night of football.
Here's the kickoff. It goes deep and into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. And Clinton will start this drive with the Hammers 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, just like they did before. Now, you've been up here watching with us. You've just not been on the air with us. So you know that Clinton came out. They received the kickoff. They chose to receive the kickoff. And they went 3 and out and punted it away. And then you see on your screen right there, Oak Ridge drove straight down the field and scored on them. So now Clinton's got to try to respond here.
Well, and I think they can. I mean, listen, Clinton is no slouch here. They've got talent on that team. And they just have to calm their nerves. I'm sure there's a lot of psychological things that go into this game. But they've got a good quarterback, and right there's just another example of just nerves.
Yeah.
It's just nerves. Let them get those jitters out. Let them get their sea legs under them. I mean, you know, they've got a great line. If you look at their linemen, I mean, just from my eye, they're bigger than Oak Ridge's. So that should bode well for Clinton in the long run. But, you know, a rivalry game is just that.
This is my third time covering Clinton and Oak Ridge, and both the first times that I covered them, Clinton got off to a really fast start, and Oak Ridge dominated in the second half, which allowed them to come back and win the game. So far, it's Oak Ridge getting out to the start, and I don't know. I'm just one of those people that I think time is a flat circle. Maybe this means that Clinton is going to be the one that comes out in the second half, or they calm down.
I don't know about that. You have Oak Ridge at home. You've got what was that? A cut block? What is that?
Yeah,
cut block. Well, there you have it.
That's a big penalty.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. That's going to put them in the hole. But again, I don't think, especially this early in the game, Clinton has been playing with their backs to the wall. But there's a lot of fight in that team. They came to play, so if they can just get over the jitters, maybe like you said, they can start to gain some momentum. But it's going to be difficult to do this deep on their side of the field.
So after the 10-yard penalty,
good open field tackle right there.
Yeah, Damon Marable receiving that pass out of the backfield.
And that was that screen play they used, I think, the first play of the game or something. They hit that screen over there, and it was the same open field tackle. So.
Wow. So we just got a message.
Bozeman, Montana. Sending a shout out. Bring it. Bring it. East Tennessee football, there's no better, and you know it.
I love it.
I don't even know what's in Montana.
Here's Joshua Keith. He rumbles ahead, gets up to the 24-yard line, so he picks up 11 yards, but that's going to be 6 yards short of the first down, and the punt team's going to have to come out again for Clinton.
That was good situational awareness there on Keith's part. He knew the play was covered, so he just automatically took it and run. Got what he can, got his punter some room, and we'll see how this series goes here.
Keith is a good athlete. You can tell by watching that right there. He can run. He doesn't really run a lot, though. He's not had to, but he has been efficient throwing the football. We just haven't seen it yet tonight.
That was a nice kick. A good catch.
And Hayward fields the ball cleanly at the 46-yard line is where they're going to put it, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over.
And it's going to be a big game for Coach Cummins there, coming out of the gate, following in Gaddis's footsteps and taking over a great tradition program like Oak Ridge. So he's got some jitters too, and I'm sure he's happy to see that 7 up here. Let's see if he can put 14 up.
And Coach Cummins he's an excellent coach. He won a state championship at his time in West, and then went on to Halls and turned that program around. Got some really impressive wins with that Halls program, and so I think Oak Ridge fans can feel pretty comfortable with him at the helm.
Oh, absolutely. I think this program's in great shape. I was talking to John Spratlin earlier. I was talking to Joe Gaddis earlier, and those guys have a good handle on it, and they keep the kids first. And when you do that in high school football, you're going to get the kind of atmosphere you have here, and you're going to get the player production that you see on the field when you put the kids first. And that's what this Oak Ridge program has done, continues to do, and will always do. Clinton, on the other hand, they went through some rocky times. There's no doubt about that. And, the proof is in the pudding with Coach Keith that he's put some winning seasons together, it seems like, and he could be knocking on the playoffs door this year. You never know, but when it comes to this region, I always think of Oak Ridge. There's no doubt. But going back to your point with the coaching, if you look in East Tennessee, you get down there to Rockwood and Harriman and Midway, and you've got great coaching and great programs out there too. So that's just one of the reasons I love high school football.
Yeah, especially in this area. At the top of that list in the state of Tennessee, Gary Rankin has the most wins ever. He's coaching down at Boyd Buchanan now, formerly of Alcoa. But number 2 on that list is Mr. Gaddis, like you talked about.
Yeah.
So
see if he gets the edge here. 1 to beat, and good open field tackle by number 1 there.
On the carry there, Almani Rempert.
So, Oak Ridge is just, it just seems like they're filling them out. It's clear that 22 is a great back and he can move the ball. They're just testing the edges, and I think they're really, Clinton's defense has been out there the majority of this quarter anyway. So,
yeah, 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. Need to mention, Oak Ridge took a timeout just a moment ago, and timeouts tonight brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out their new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business. As Sharp takes the low snap, hands off to he kept it.
He pulled it right out.
Okay, so a zone read play, and Sharp read that beautifully. Had to pick up the low snap off the ground, and then Dozier got pummeled. But you see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, nobody knew he had the ball.
No. He pulled that thing out at the last minute. That was a great read on his part. You know, that dive was just all covered up, and the edge was cornered up too. So he made the right choice, and you know, it put him in a successful position.
Sharp gets the ball up to the 41-yard line, which brings up a Hammers 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, back in Clinton territory once again.
I like Clinton's shoes. Those are fuchsia orange. You can see those things a mile away.
They are very bright.
Those are nice.
Yeah. You'd expect like a construction site vest to be that color.
Yeah.
As we got another stoppage in play.
Well, they're just
delay of game.
Delay. Yeah, that's big game jitters right there. You know, that first quarters are typically this way. You know. But I'm sure things will get calmed down once everybody gets settled in. I mean, it's only 7-0, and you know, with that penalty, what is it? 1st and
15.
15. Maybe a throwing down here. Might as well.
They've had some success through the air, throwing to their tight end. And here we go.
There
Sharp going through the air, looking down the field, and that time trying to get Will Presley. Just threw it a little bit over his reach. That pass falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Good coverage, you know, just a little bit off on the throw. Good route, but
when we have a flag on the far side of the field.
Looks like it's going to be against Oak Ridge. They're walking backwards, maybe a false start or something.
Yeah, I'd say
I don't know.
An illegal formation. And so that will back Oak Ridge back another 5 yards and bring up a 1st and 20.
You know, that just goes to show you, you know, this first quarter, penalty, and it changes that momentum and it changes that field position. But let's see if Oak Ridge can dig themselves out of a hole here.
Man in motion for Sharp. Sharp. Cross back to pass, sets up the screen.
That pass
is complete to Dozier. Dozier in the open field, turns on the Jets. Finally tackled from behind, but not until he got to the 24-yard line and picks up a Hammers first down.
We've got laundry on the 40. That looked like a late hit on a quarterback. That just, you know, adds insult to injury. Maybe they pick it up, maybe they don't. Holding. Wow, man, where's the Chuck Fleischman replay? What is going on here?
See that Chuck Fleischman replay. All right, so there's Sharp. I see it right there.
Yeah, but look at the hit at the end there. You know, I thought that was what the flag was on 58 there, playing through it, but no, man, goodness. So what is that, 3 in a row that Oak Ridge has absolutely shot themselves in the foot on?
Yeah, so it was 1st and 10 from the Clinton 49.
It's 1st and Oliver Springs now.
Yeah, so the ball's backed all the way back to the Oak Ridge 34-yard line. So
come on,
16,
guys.
17. That brings up 1st and 27.
1st and 27. We're going to have to get out the high math calculators here in a minute. Well, we're all waiting on bated breath.
Oh, you know what? My math is...
Yeah.
Oak Ridge had it at the 41-yard line, not the 49.
Well, 13's got the ball, and he's got half that back. Well, he's got a quarter of it back. Oh, and another flag. Maybe there's the late hit. You got some action over there on the sidelines. The coaches seem out of... I don't know what's going on over there.
3:11 left play in the first quarter, I can tell you that much.
Well, that play ended up in the Clinton bench there, and I'm sure there's no love loss over there. So...
Mr. Whitehat going to tell us personal foul.
Yeah.
On Clinton. Uh-oh, that's a big one.
Well, I mean, there must have been some extracurricular over there in that sideline because, let's see. That Chuck Fleischman replay.
That's it.
That's it. And a little extracurricular, a little mouthing. And
must have been.
Yeah.
Must have been.
They're just out there playing football. Let them play.
So, how interesting.
2nd and what?
They're at the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. After all of that, It's 2nd and 10.
I need a protractor.
Sharp with the hard count. Now looks to the sideline, gets the play. He's got stacked
on both ends there, right?
Yep. Dozier lines up to Sharp's right. Another low snap. This time Dozier gets the handoff up the middle, picks up 2 before he is brought down, and Dozier fortunate to get any right there.
You know, it's so great when you see all these athletes out there playing their best. That's why I love the BBB12 game of the week, is you get to see these single A, double A schools, and then you get popped. You get into a 5A, 6A matchup, that kind of thing.
You get the whole variety.
You got 4A, and it's just East Tennessee football.
Yep.
You know, our communities always come out. I'm still thinking about the Bozeman, Montana guy. Who was that?
That's nifty, though, you got to say. And I tell you what, I feel like we need to pop some champagne because that play did not result with a penalty.
Oh, well, goodness. How many plays in this drive?
Joel Fenstermaker.
Well, hey, Joel, how's it going? We play football in East Tennessee. Glad you're watching. Oh, are you from? He's from here? Oh, okay. Well, this is all about him now.
There you go.
You've gotten your 15 seconds of fame. Enjoy.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? We mentioned your name a couple times.
Yeah.
Send us a check. We'll mention your name a couple more.
That's a wreck into a check right there.
That's it. That's how you do it. So after that last play, ball's going to be spotted at the 31-yard line, and that is just enough for a Hammers first down.
Wow. How many plays did it take to get a first down, and how many yards did they cover? Isn't this where we started?
No. No, that's just 10 yards from where we started.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's been a while.
It has been.
1:45 left to go in the first quarter. As now Oak Ridge lines up with 2 wide receivers on either side. Man in motion is Hayward. He will get.
There goes that sweep. Ran right into. Ran through him. Ran through 2 of them. Clinton gang tackle. And the ball comes out a little late. Let's not get too excited about that. But, you know, that was a gang tackle. He took on the first man. He shook off the second man. And then the rest of them came.
You know, Hayward
is just hard running.
Hayward is 174 pounds, standing at 6 foot. So watch this right here.
1.
Look at that. He runs somebody over and runs through the tackle.
And here they come.
And that was Damon Marable.
And boy, he got flipped back on that one too. Boy, I'm glad he's okay. That was tough there.
Pickup of 7 is what they'll give Hayward, as now we are under a minute to play in this first quarter. Wildcats lead at 7-0, and they are approaching the red zone.
Well, they've been approaching that for a while.
Yes, they have.
But they might have been in it one time.
Yeah, Clinton has run 6 offensive plays. Oak Ridge has run the rest of them. Now, option play here. Sharp's going to keep it.
Good thought there. I mean, you know, it looked like the pitch man was covered, and so he just had to eat it on that one. Good play. Positive yards. No flag.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line, which bring up 3rd and very short, just a couple inches.
I think this is going to take us to the end of the quarter.
I believe it will. Oak Ridge can run another play if they want. They don't have to.
See if they do.
There's under 10 seconds to play.
Oh, boy. Here
Lined
we go.
up. And they will take the snap. Sharp, hands off quickly to Dozier.
Dozier got the edge.
Dozier up the sideline.
He got the edge, and he found pay dirt.
Touchdown, Oak Ridge. And that touchdown brought to you by State Representative John Reagan, saying best of luck this season to the Dragons and the Wildcats. And that happened as the horn ended the first quarter. So
what a way for Oak Ridge to really set the tone for the rest of the game. You know,
already coming out with a 14-0 lead. So people like us were saying, like, hey, this is the year that Clinton can upset these guys. And Oak Ridge is saying no.
Well, you know, when you look at all the on paper, yeah, but until you play the game, well, things tend to change, and a lot of that, you know, chatter around the community certainly favored Clinton in this ball game, but Oak Ridge has just squarely come out and said, we're going to play football, we're going to play our football, and that kind of football is keeping the ball away from you. So
David Wilson's extra point is true. Tim Elrod, we thank you so much for I mean, this atmosphere is incredible, and I feel so fortunate to be able to be here and cover this thing. You know,
that's why we come to high school sports. That's why we love Friday night football, especially on BBB 12. And I appreciate the opportunity to partner with you all to give back to the community, because we get to help so many people in the community. It's the right thing to do, is support your community. And I would always encourage all the local businesses to find a way to support it. You know, you can do some advertising on Brad's thing. It reaches into the community. So it's a great thing, and pleasure to be here tonight.
Well, thank you so much for your partnership, and RecDoACheck.com.
That's the one. You know how to find us.
That's it.
Later.
See ya. So that's Tim Elrod of OEB Law joining us to see the back half of that first quarter. And got to see an Oak Ridge touchdown as we get ready for kickoff tonight. Oak Ridge's third kickoff, sponsored by Mayor Warren Gooch, says, "Go Wildcats." And here it is, as this one goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Clinton will have a Hammers 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and that'll be for the third time. They went 3 and out the first 2 times. Let's see what they can do here. So Wendy Manus says, Wendy Manus for Clinton City Council says, "Make them feel fire. Go Dragons." And it's not too late for them to feel fire. Let's see. So as we get the promo wars going up again, also Heather Hartman for Oak Ridge School Board says, "Go Cats, beat the Dragons for the Ridge."
You got to love it.
Got to love it. So Hammers 1st and 10. Here is Keith. Handoff up the middle. And short pickup there. It didn't go backwards, so I guess that's good.
Just too much penetration by the Oak Ridge Wildcats defensive front. Clinton's going to have to be able to maintain a little bit longer to try to work up to that second level. Once they do that, they can start busting a little bit more runs.
Do you think that loss to Bearden last week at Bearden kind of got Oak Ridge kind of fired up for this one?
I guarantee it did. It had to wake them up, because I guarantee you they started watching film, and it's woke them up.
So here is Keith, and some Clinton fans got to be really upset they blew that one dead when they did. He was able to find Jeremiah Lee, and Lee, they stopped his forward progress. And as you see this Chuck Fleischman replay, he's struggling.
Oh, man, they shouldn't have called that. That's too early.
So they're going to give him a few yards, and that will bring up 3rd and 5. Clinton again went 3 and out the first 2 drives. You can't do that right here. You've got to respond and keep Oak Ridge's defense on the field for a little bit. So here's Keith. Keith is just going to step up and run. Now he's going to pitch it ahead. And
what a heads-up play by Keith, just to do a little quick option out there to his wide receiver for a first down. I mean, that's heads-up play.
I think that went to Goins, but let's watch this Chuck Fleischman replay.
This is a big-time play right here by a big-time player. Look at this. That's heads-up right there.
Oh, man.
Then comes back for a block.
See, now, when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's a forward pass. Like, he can't do that. He wasn't past the line of scrimmage. I thought he was. Watching that live, he wasn't. So that's enough for the Hammers 1st and 10, the first one of the game for Clinton. They've got the ball at the 39-yard line. Here's a handoff up the middle, and that goes to Goins, and Goins is stopped after a pickup of 5.
Price Davis came in with some ill intent right there, guys. Look at this. I mean, you got to love these rivalries. You get the absolute best out of these student athletes. They do not want to lose to each other.
Price Davis, 160 pounds, coming up from that safety position. Looked about like Eric Berry did, running somebody over. 2nd and 4 for Clinton. Quick out is complete, but then there's a fumble on the play, and that's recovered by Brandon Hayward, and Oak Ridge has the ball back. And Hayward's helmet came off. So a dangerous play there, but
good throw by the quarterback here, right in his wide receiver's hands. Oh, Wildcat put his hand right on the football and knocked it loose. Hayward recovers.
So that was Wesley Phillips with the reception and the fumble, and coming in from that safety position was Price Davis, the same guy that delivered the hit
he had a
couple plays earlier.
A heck of a series there defensively, and he woke up that entire sideline.
So now here is Oak Ridge with a Hammers 1st and 10 at the Clinton 49-yard line. Interesting fact, this is the third time Oak Ridge has had the ball at the Clinton 49.
This is a good time to test down the field.
1 second on the play clock. Sharp just does give it off and then hands off to Dozier, and Dozier running forward picks up 5 yards, but there is a hanky on the field in the area of a hold, and that's what it is. Oak Ridge racking up the penalties. .9:18 left to play in this first half.
Clinton looking around at each other a little bit, trying to look at somebody to see who's going to make a play. Let's see if they can shake this off. First and forever, Oak Ridge.
Now Sharp looks downfield in the middle of the field, and with a diving catch that time, it's Izzy Mitchell.
What a catch. Laying out across the middle of the field, catching a ball that he knows that could be carrying a defender right with it. That's a big-time catch.
And you see on this Chuck Fleischman replay, good play by Sharp, good catch there by Mr. Mitchell. Scat back looking player out there. Mitchell stands at 5'6". Now Sharp with 2 wide receivers to either side. DeJavis Dozier in the backfield. Sharp back to pass. Lets it go. That pass is incomplete.
That is the same play that they scored on earlier, and they converted about a 30-yard gain to the tight end. That time, Clinton guarded it a little bit better, but still he was there.
Well, yeah, see, that time, though, they ran Dozier out of the backfield for it instead of lining a tight end up for it. So it's the same thing. You send somebody up the seam, but a little bit different of a look there. But that pass falls incomplete, and because of that holding penalty earlier, even after the big gain by Izzy Mitchell on that catch, Oak Ridge is faced with a 3rd and 8. Sharp, H-back to his right. He's going to roll that way and then hand off to Dozier. Dozier breaks a tackle, breaks another, and finally brought down at the 45-yard line. Just a pickup of 2, but it's 2 more than he should have gotten. Dozier looked like a dozer on that play.
5'11", 195 pounds, and he is a bruiser.
And we've got an injured player for Clinton. While they tend to him, let's go ahead and take a break. 7:46 left to go in the first half. Oak Ridge leads at 14-0 in your OEB Law Game of the Week. Or you know what? Let's just keep it here. He got up. So that's Dylan Spurlock, a senior for this Clinton Dragon team.
It's one they really need out there. He's one of their leaders on defense. And hope to see that young man get back out there on that football field.
So Oak Ridge has not had to punt yet tonight, but it looks like they are sending the punting unit out, as it will be Brennan Pearson.
Clinton probably needs to play this safe.
Back deep to receive is Tegan Bollinger for Clinton. Nice looking punt, wobbly spinner that rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So now Clinton, for the 4th time tonight, will start at the Dragon 20-yard line with the Hammers 1st and 10.
Field position so far has definitely been in favor of the Oak Ridge Wildcats, and that starts with the kicking game. And you see there, guys, that's the Wildcat bling bling right there. That's the turnover circuit. So if somebody gets an interception or a fumble, they get to wear that chain, and the kids love it.
That was Brandon Hayward a little bit earlier, recovering that fumble, able to wear that. That wasn't Brandon Hayward on the screen just then. I'm saying that he was able to wear that earlier, just to avoid any confusion there. So Joshua Keith back onto the field.
If Clinton's going to have success, it's going to have to start up front with this offensive line, getting a little bit better push and giving the quarterback a little bit more time.
Keith, handoff, straight up the middle, and then a little bit of a gain there for Juwan Goins. Good pickup on 1st down, picks up 9 or 8.
Good hole that time. As you see, busted right up in the B gap, picked up a big gain, bringing up 2nd and short.
And then handoff again goes up the middle, this time only a yard as Oak Ridge was ready for it. And that's Goins again.
Ryan Kelly, the senior, 6 foot, 210-pound linebacker, in on the tackle for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
You see on the screen there, attorney Daniel Forrester wishing both teams a great season in 2022. Third and 1, and Clinton jumps. Can't have that. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Clinton with just 1 first down tonight and 6:20 left to play in the first half.
And going backwards. So they got to get this fixed, got to calm down a little bit, stop the stupid penalties, and try to get focused here.
Charlie Hensley, candidate for Oak Ridge City Council, wishes the Wildcats good luck tonight and for the rest of the season. Wildcats having some good luck tonight, aside from some penalties. They've been penalty laden. Other than that, though, Oak Ridge looks good, both sides of the ball. Here's Keith rolling out to his left, lets this one go. That pass is complete. And stepping out of bounds is Lucas Kendall. And that's going to be enough for a Hammers 1st down.
Great route by Kendall. Great pass. Look at this. You can't ask for much better. Broke his route, lost the defender, stepped out of bounds.
And that's what Keith has been able to do. He's thrown for over 500 yards, been a very efficient quarterback. He's athletic. The times we've seen him scramble tonight, he can do it. He just doesn't do it a lot. He's not had to. But he's been efficient delivering the football through the air. As lining up again in that pistol set, 2 wide receivers to either side. Here's a snap. Play action pass, and wide open for Clinton is Damon Marable, and Marable picks up 8, and now Clinton on the move. See on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Keith hanging in there, feels the pressure, knows he's going to get hit, completes the ball. Great job by the young quarterback.
Saw that pressure, able to kind of deliver that ball from the side a little bit and still get it to where it was catchable by Marable. Great pass, great play. Man in motion now. Here's Keith, handoff up the middle. Goins finds some room, and he's going to have enough for the Hammers 1st and 10 all the way up to the Wildcat 45-yard line. And it looks like Clinton's getting settled down a little bit.
Clinton pulled the guard that time. He picked up the defensive end. It sprung open a pretty good hole for him to pick up a good 1st down. 2 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, split way out.
And stacked. Goins throws it across the field, and that pass went off the hands of his intended target, and he was behind everyone. That was Wesley Phillips, and we've got a man down. We've got 2 guys down. Hayward's back up. But for Oak Ridge,
what a huge missed opportunity for the Clinton Dragons right there. You see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay, great pass. Ooh. Hit the wide receiver right in the hands. Just a tough drop.
Phillips has got to come down with that one, because if he does,
it's a touchdown.
It's 6.
Yep. 14-6 right there.
Injured player now for Oak Ridge is Dallas Frent, a sophomore. So while they tend to him, let's go ahead and take a break. This is your. They're going to get him up?
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. Tell me a little bit about football injuries. If you've got something, maybe you just think something may be wrong, do you just stay down? I think I see a lot of players doing that.
Well, there's a difference between injured and hurt. And sometimes young men have to figure out which is what. So, you know, sometimes you'll see some guys lay around out there, flop like a fish for a while, and then they figure out, okay, that wasn't that bad, you know, because it scares you.
Yeah. Now, stacked formation, wide receivers up top, and that pass is complete from Keith to Braylon Taylor, and we've got a flag.
Taylor hanging in there tight, taking some punishment over there on the sideline.
And remember, over there on that sideline, we had a personal foul penalty that went against Clinton. Let's see what this one is. Personal foul. Now this one's going against Oak Ridge. So you had a great play anyway, but now let's tack on 15 yards to that as you see the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Good catch. Hanging on to that football, picked up some tough yardage, took a hit right there close to the line. That was a controversial call.
That might be a little ticky-tack. I believe they called that on Brandon Hayward, though, who's already had to miss a game for being suspended before. So
keep up with that. If he gets another one.
Here's Keith letting it fly up the left sideline. Beautiful spiral. It's batted up into the air, and we've got a flag on the play. So let's look at this Chuck Fleischman play, because I'm not sure which way this one's going.
Well, the wide receiver pulls just a little bit on the DB to try to get some lift, so it could go either way. It's offensive pass interference.
Yeah, okay. And you see that right here on this Chuck Fleischman play, because
golly, I wish we could have showed you how pretty that ball was that Keith threw up there, guys. It was so pretty. Great job by that defensive back for the Oak Ridge Wildcats of deflecting that ball.
And that's Izzy Mitchell, all 5'6" of him.
His vertical is more like 56.
Yeah, he was in great position for that. So now, after the penalty, 2nd and 9 for Clinton, back in Dragon territory. Here's Keith. He's going to step up in the pocket and let it go. Cross midfield now, and down to the 45-yard line. A pickup of 9 gets into the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 10 upcoming.
Great tackle that time by number 33, Brian Kelly. 6 foot, 210-pound linebacker, one of the better linebackers in this region. Very talented football player for this Oak Ridge football team.
Wonderful tackle in the open field there for Kelly, and that's not the first time we've heard his name.
No, and Keith is hard to tackle in open field. He's one of the most elusive quarterbacks that you're going to find in East Tennessee, so that's pretty special tackle.
Under 4 minutes to play in this first half. In fact, 3:50 left play in the first half. Wildcats lead at 14-0. Dragons in Oak Ridge territory for just the first drive tonight. Here's Keith, lets it go over the middle, and that pass falls incomplete. Had some contact between a defender and his player, and so that pass falls incomplete.
Not sure how that wasn't holding.
There is a flag. I see it now. It's on the far side of the field at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it should be holding against Oak Ridge. I've seen that correctly.
Where that's laying, though, it makes me feel like that might be just like a sideline warning. Where it's sitting.
officials taking their time communicating, making sure everybody's on the same page. You have to appreciate that.
Mr. Whitehat going to tell us what it's all about. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Clinton. Gracious. So
all that hard work to work down the field just like that, you lose 15 yards so quick.
Yeah, couldn't really see right there. Must have.
Right,
there must have been some words.
Keep an eye here on Oak Ridge, what they elect to do. Do they go after the punt here, or do they play it safe?
And nice wobbly spiral. And that is bobbled. The ball is on the ground.
Clinton ball. There's a fight.
Oh. Wow.
Sometimes it's whoever comes up with it in the dog pile.
So let's see what we can see on this Chuck Fleischman. Here's Hayward.
Calls a fair catch. Hits him in the chest.
Plunk right in the shoulder pad. Then loses it. There's no way he should have come up with that football, but look at him fighting through there.
He just takes it. Look at that.
Yeah, he takes it. He takes it. That's how you got to do it.
That's a big-time play.
So Oak Ridge with 3:23 left to go in the half will have an opportunity to get into the end zone, and then coming out in the second half, they will receive the kickoff. So here's Sharp. Kelly has an H-back in the backfield. Handoff goes to Dozier. Dozier is swallowed.
Great job by that Clinton defense. Swarming to the football. Number 45, William Taylor, in on the tackle. Senior linebacker. Playing one excellent football game here tonight.
And met first on the play. Coming through there by Elijah Batiste. A loss of 1 brings up 2nd and 11. Sharp going to have an H-back to his right. 2 wideouts to his right. Here's the snap, lets it go. That pass intended for Hayward, and it falls incomplete. I thought for a moment there that Jeremiah Lee of Clinton had an opportunity to intercept that, but instead bats it away, and it falls incomplete, as you'll see on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
That's a big-time play that time there by the young sophomore defensive back for the Clinton Dragons.
And we've got another flag on the play. Personal foul, Oak Ridge.
You can tell it's a rivalry
Personal
game.
foul, Clinton, offsetting. And those should be dead balls, which should bring up 3rd and 11 for Oak Ridge. Clock stopped with 2:29 left to go in this first half. I tell you what happened. After seeing that replay, Hayward saw the defender coming up, I believe, and got himself in a position to block and make it so that he had a play on that ball still. Hayward, a talented player. Now Oak Ridge lined up. Here is Dozier. Dozier again gobbled up and dropped for a yard loss. That'll bring up 4th and 12 with 2:20 left to go in this first half. And you wonder if Clinton's going to take a timeout?
Clinton ain't going nowhere. Great job. Swarming to the football. Nothing doing.
Just a little delayed draw there. And now Oak Ridge is going to let the play clock run down. So they're going to let 25 more seconds run off this clock, which should leave about a minute and a half left before they've got to punt this football away. And now Clinton's going to come in and call a timeout. So Clinton let about 15, 20 seconds run off that clock before they called that timeout. Regardless, this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because they care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, you see Tim Elrod on the field there earlier today with Joe Gaddis presenting a check for $1,000 to Oak Ridge High School, and something that you will see to every game that we cover. Mr. Elrod donates $1,000 to the home school, so a great thing for every community that we go into. So here's the punt. It's a low spiral, and it will hit at the 40 and take an Oak Ridge bounce before rolling dead at the 29. And that is where Clinton will take over with a minute and a half left to go in this second quarter.
Huge opportunity here for the Clinton Dragons to move down the field and challenge Oak Ridge right before halftime. Get that momentum going into the locker room so that your team is fired up, ready to come out that second half. So I'm excited to see their 2-minute offense here, see if they can get some time for that quarterback to make some good throws down the field.
What do you think about that punt being allowed to hit the ground? And I know you hate that, but it didn't look like there was anybody even close for Clinton to catch that thing. Do you think they backed someone off intentionally just to make sure there wasn't a fumble this late into the second half?
That's probably
or the first half, second quarter? So here's Keith, pistol set, handoff goes to Goins. Goins tries to find room around the right, and he does. Gets up to the 40, now down to the 46-yard line, and that's where he will be tackled. A quick pickup of 17 yards for Clinton.
Goins is going off. Look at this. Bounces outside, good blocking, outruns everybody, makes a good move, picks up a large first down.
Clinton in the hurry up, same formation now, pistol set. Here's Keith, drops back to pass, lets it go, and that pass falls incomplete. Trying to hit Lucas Kendall, just goes straight through his hands.
Great ball. Couldn't ask for a better throw. Wide receiver's got to come down with that ball.
What that does, though, is it does stop the clock with 70 seconds left to go in this first half. So that allows Keith to slow down, get the call in from the sideline.
I like seeing him come back to Lucas Kendall.
And now we've got a timeout, Oak Ridge. So Wildcats saw something, they wanted to talk about it, so they will. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. They service what they sell, in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. Pat.
A professional-grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, look at all those Wildcat players huddled around that television.
Tuning in to BBB TV, watching us talk about them.
Of course. Yeah, like, I don't know that I've seen that anywhere else. Players being able to sit on the sideline and watch television.
That's a big difference maker, guys. It makes it's so much easier for your coaches.
Here's Keith with a bomb. Lets it fly. That pass is
caught.
Almost.
Dang.
Dropping it at the last second was Kendall.
I like going back to Kendall there. Show him that you still believe in him. He's dropped two big balls.
On-site care now located in Kingston is
that
accepting
was a
new
great
patients.
throw by Keith. contested catch.
All right, it's Chuck Fleischman replay. Pump fake, lets it fly. And, oh, man, he had a chance at this ball. Actually, getting there a little bit early was Dallas Frent. If you look,
Yep.
Yeah.
That could have been pass interference right there.
Instead, 3rd and 10, 60 seconds left to go in this first half. Handoff up the middle. Goins gets across the 50, across the 45, across the 40, across the 35, down to the 33-yard line. That's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
Had a good hole there for him to break up into. It's hard to catch him in an open field. Very athletic football player.
So now 51 seconds remaining. Clock is stopped as that ball went out of bounds. 2 wide receivers either side. Pistol set again. Here's Keith. Quick pass is complete and staying in bounds. Braylon Taylor, and Taylor only picked up a couple yards. Not what you want to see in this situation.
Izzy Mitchell on a great tackle there for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Clinton trying to hurry up to the line.
Is running.
Going to spike it here. Keith, there he does. He clocks it. And so they picked up 5 on that first down. So after that, to stop the clock, it'll be 3rd and 5. But you see there on that replay, man, Mitchell just wraps him up. That is a form tackle.
He is a talented defensive back for this Oak Ridge Wildcat team. He's a playmaker. Everywhere the football is, he's close. Guys, if you like beef, please check out crookedforkfarms.com. They've got USDA organic fresh beef. 865-206-7560. crookedforkfarms.com.
Here's Keith, pistol set again, 3rd and 5. Drops back to pass, looks under a lot of pressure. He's going to have to step up now, makes the first man miss. Gets the first down, and he's running for the sidelines, and he's taken out of bounds, and flags fly. That's going to be a late hit tacked on to the end of that play, and there's 16 seconds left in this first half.
Grayson Hope, senior linebacker, just held on a little too long outside of the out-of-bounds play there. Big penalty.
Yeah, tackled him out of bounds. And there was a signal, personal foul.
Clinton's got life with 16.8 left in the second quarter.
Clinton also with 2 timeouts remaining.
A lot of field down here at the bottom of your screen. They have targeted Lucas Kendall 3 times tonight down the field shots.
This time they're going wide to the bottom of the screen. 3 wide. H-back looks like to the left maybe. Keith rolling that way. Now he's going to pick up and he's going to run himself. Gets to the 5 and brought down at the 4-yard line. Picks up 3. 8 seconds left on the clock. 7. They've got to call a timeout. And they do with 7 seconds left. So now, if you're Keith, one thing you cannot do is run without getting into the end zone. So we'll see what happens. This time out brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Hiring now for sales, delivery techs, and service techs. Find us on Indeed to apply.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson, along with you for this one. Clinton is threatening. Just 7 seconds remaining in the first half as the Wildcats lead it 14-0. Clinton wanting to cut that in half. Now, we think maybe you can maybe get a quick pass to the end zone and then maybe set up for another play.
I'd say they're going for touchdown right here.
So let's see what happens. 3 wide outs to the left. Here's Keith, rolls up and passes it, almost incomplete. Clock is stopped with 1.5 seconds left.
Hi, I'm Holly
And that
Ward,
pass was
and I'm
almost
here with Kathy
intercepted
May Martin.
by Kason
Whether you're buying or
Hendricks.
selling real estate, rest assured.
And we've got a timeout on the field for an injured player. That injured player was Jeremiah Lee of Clinton. And I don't know exactly what happened on
Joshua
that play.
Keith just stared down his wide receiver too much there. It allowed the defensive backs of Oak Ridge to react to where his eyes was taking them, and that's a very contested throw.
Now, yeah, and this is a region game, so this isn't one of those that, like, this isn't like a Powell, Anderson County. This isn't like a Wartburg, Coalfield kind of deal. Like, this is an actual region game. So strategically right now, you think you get the points. You kick the field goal right here, and you get the points. But you're the closest to the end zone you've been all night. You've got one play. You see Coach Gaddis roaming the sideline still.
Opposite sides this time.
And so Clinton is not going to kick a field goal. And we've got a stoppage. Oak Ridge is going to take a timeout. So I think they wanted to see what Clinton was going to do. And so they found out. So this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Follow us on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. 1.5 seconds left. As you see, a little fan here tonight taking in this ball game. You know, I don't know if she'll remember this game when she gets older, but she'll have it. It'll be on YouTube forever. She can tell people, hey, I was on TV once.
It's always exciting being little and going to these big games like this. There's nothing better.
So now Oak Ridge with one attempt to get it in the end zone here, unless there's a penalty.
I wouldn't mind seeing a hard count in this situation.
Keith sends a man in motion. Here's a snap. Keith throws the fade to the corner of the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Clinton. Wow.
Who else? Lucas Kendall.
That is a state representative John Reagan touchdown. John Reagan says best of luck to the Dragons and the Wildcats. And wow, what a catch. We knew he caught it. We just needed to know if he was in bounds or not. The official says he is, so 6 points goes on the board for Clinton. What a throw by Keith here.
They have targeted him all night long. He steps up big when needed right here. High points to football, keeps 1 foot in, touchdown, Clinton Dragons.
You can't see it from that angle, but it looks like he got that foot down. There was somebody standing in the way. Dadgummit, man, in the maroon shirt, move out the way. You're messing with our replays here.
Great job by the Clinton Dragons. They desperately needed
There was a flag. There's a flag on the field. Illegal substitution. Okay, so that's declined. And so Clinton hits the extra point, cuts this lead in half. Huge way to end that first half for the Clinton Dragons. End it with a score, just like Oak Ridge ended the first quarter with a score. It's the Wildcats leading over the Dragons, 14-7. And, okay, yeah. So there's where the penalty was. Okay, so, wow, we've got a rivalry game on our hands tonight.
Do not go anywhere.
So tonight, our halftime is going to be brought to you by Sean Gleason for Oak Ridge City Council, saying keep the streak alive and go Wildcats. So far, Oak Ridge has a 7-point advantage, and they'll have that going into the second half on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this pre-owned 2020 Ford Edge ST all-wheel drive, $46,590. 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, $51,590. 2019 Lincoln Continental, $41,970. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today.
Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Rinnai, hot water for all.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people we know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanestate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. Pat.
A professional-grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
On-site care now located in Kingston.
Fire apart. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2022 Oak Ridge High School Marching Band.
Kingston is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-site care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Hi, I'm Holly Warlick, and I'm here with Kathy Mae Martin. Whether you're buying or selling real estate, rest assured, if you go with Kathy, you'll be with the winning team. Kathy ranks in the top 1% of all Coldwell Banker agents nationwide. Her commitment to excellence and her nearly 30 years of knowledge and experience is sure to give you the competitive edge.
Let me and my team assist you with all your real estate goals.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
And welcome back into your OEB Law Game of the Week. As you are tuned in to the Sean Gleason for City Council halftime show, and it is currently Oak Ridge leading over Clinton by a score of 14-7. Halftime clock about to wind down. They're going to put 3 minutes on the field there. We saw two extraordinary bands get to play first before that happened. So before we do anything else, excuse me. Well, first off, talk about that drive at the very last for Clinton there. How big was that going into halftime?
That was huge. It gave Clinton some momentum, some good things to talk about going into halftime because they haven't been hitting a lot of stuff down the field, and they went after him 3 times before Lucas Kendall was able to snag that big touchdown in the end zone there for the Clinton Dragons. So I'm excited to see what this second half has in store for us because I think we're going to see a little more confident Clinton team coming out.
And we'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors tonight. We know they like getting in on the fun because some of them are Clinton fans, some of them are Oak Ridge fans. For instance, you see on the screen there, Sabre Beauchamp says, "Roll, Wildcats, roll." She's county commissioner, and she's supporting this game tonight and hoping that Oak Ridge can make it 13 straight. But also, Mayor Scott Burton. And on the other side of that, he says, "Go Dragons." So, a little sponsor rivalries as well. And now, there's no sponsor rivalry. We're just making it a sponsor rivalry because that's fun for us to talk about. You see Heather Hartman for school board, and she says, "Go Cats, beat the Dragons for the Ridge." Then, of course, got to talk about also Wendy Manus for Clinton City Council, Ward 3, and she says, "Make them feel fire. Go Dragons." So there you go. Got some Clinton, got some Oak Ridge, and you got someone like Attorney at Law H. Daniel Forrester, and he says, you know what, both teams have a great season in 2022. So he's staying neutral there. That's fine. Also, I'd like to say Charlie Hensley, candidate for Oak Ridge City Council, wishes the Wildcats good luck tonight and for the rest of the season as well. So thankful to all of our sponsors. Again, this is the Sean Gleason for City Council halftime show. You got some scores you can update us on?
Yeah, we've got some halftime alerts here. We got Rockwood up 28-6 over Cloudon. We have Bearden 35, Hardin Valley nothing. Cofield 28, Harriman 14. Got a little bit of ball game going on down there. Anderson County 21, Fulton 7. Midway 8, Oakdale nothing. Carnes 21, Powell 28.
Wow.
Got a lot of close ball games in the area.
And Powell, this starts their region slate, so we don't know. We think that Jordan Potts is going to return sometime. I don't know if he returned tonight. There's some speculation that he might, but Powell taking on that Carnes program led by senior Deshaun Bishop, who led the state in rushing last year.
Going to Eastern Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
So
no, not Eastern Carolina, Coastal Carolina. And he's a very good football player. But this Powell team, they're sitting there at 0-2. They could easily rebound quickly with just a few additions of some injured players.
So we get set for the second half. Remember, Clinton won the toss. They elected to receive the kickoff. And so now the Dragons will kick it away to the Oak Ridge Wildcats. And your kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Oak Ridge Mayor Warren Gooch saying, "Go Wildcats." So Brandon Hayward back deep for Oak Ridge along with Almani Rembert.
And if I'm Clinton, I'm kicking it to anybody but number 13.
Here's Jacob Pruitt with the kick. Only Clinton's second kick tonight. This one is short. Takes a bounce and picked up at the 20 by Rembert. And Rembert is finally brought down. Good run there. Gets it up to the 31-yard line, and that is where Oak Ridge will take over with a Hammers 1st and 10 to begin the second half.
Tackle made by number 22, Camden Britton, the freshman for the Clinton Dragons. Big first down here for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. Let's see what type of halftime adjustments these two teams have played.
So Oak Ridge will line up in the pistol. And first play goes to Dozier. Dozier starts left, cuts it back up the middle, and gets all the way up to the 41-yard line, and that is enough. Should be enough for a Hammers 1st and 10, and it is.
Dozier is dozing. 11-yard gain for the running back.
And Dozier again gets the handoff, and again, but this time he's stacked up at the 41-yard line for a loss of 1. Will bring up 2nd and 11.
Good tackle that time by number 45, William Taylor, the senior linebacker for the Clinton Dragons. Met him in the hole, drove him backwards. Oak Ridge looking to the sidelines, getting the call from the offensive coordinator.
2 wideouts to the far side of the field, 1 to the near side. Man in motion now as Dozier steps up and got an option play. Sharp elects to keep it and gets up to the 43-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 2 and will bring up 3rd and 9.
Marable and Glandon in on the tackle for the Clinton Dragons. Defensive line was able to get a little bit of penetration, which worked out in their favor.
Hey, you see this on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Fake the handoff. Now, was that a triple option or was that a design?
That's a triple option. And the best defense against a triple option is interior penetration. That's where it shuts off your guards and everybody. It really causes havoc.
And Clinton able to provide that penetration that time. So 3rd and 9. Oak Ridge now 3 wideouts to the near side of the field, and Sharp will roll that way, lets it go. That pass ball's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 9. Trying to hit Hayward that time. And Oak Ridge will have to punt.
Big 4th down here. Want to see how Clinton handles this punt return. A couple punts ago, they didn't even field anybody, and they just let it roll. Do they make the same mistake this time?
As Clinton finally sends somebody deep, they didn't at first. Set to punt is Brennan Pearson, and this one is a wobbly spiral. Just booms it, and it will roll into the end zone barely. That was a 56-yard punt.
Well, that's what happens when you have a punter that's 6'5", 250 pounds, and Brennan Pearson.
So now Clinton will start this drive with a Hammers 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
That's one of the best punts that you're going to see on Friday night in a while. I'm telling you, he is a dandy punter.
And just had just a little bit too much roll there. You know, that only went like 3 yards into the end zone.
I'm telling you, his hang time was impressive, though.
So Clinton with its first look in the second half. The last time they had the ball, they drove straight down the field and scored with time expiring on the clock. Here's Keith. Fakes the handoff, passes, and that pass falls incomplete. That time intended for Taylor, which will bring up 2nd and 10.
Wide receiver just felt the feet coming at him and took his eyes off the ball and on the defender. Hard to make a catch that way.
Probably not a bad thing he didn't catch it, though. Would have lost yards. Now here goes the handoff up the middle. It's Goins. And Goins picks up 3, which will bring up a 3rd and 7.
Met immediately by Brian Kelly, the standout senior linebacker for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Started out, we saw Erise King in the backfield. We've not seen him since. It's been Jawan Goins.
Some pressure off the outside.
And handoff goes up the middle to Goins. Goins is dropped at the 25, pickup of 2, and it'll be a 3 and out for Clinton. And now we've got a penalty. As you saw there on your screen, we got a good look at it. Barrett Maddox, a senior for this Clinton team, went to step over someone laying on the ground, and that's going to be a penalty, an unsportsmanlike conduct, most likely. Yeah, there it is.
Well, you see here number 68 blocks down on the defensive end. Gets a little bit of a pancake there. Getting off of his man.
I didn't see it there. I think it happened a little bit later. Yeah, it wasn't right there. We were able to see it in real time. We'll see if we can see it here.
This is what you call a pancake. And I don't see nothing wrong there at all. I think referees just a little bit sensitive.
Yeah.
He was warned to play before. I still don't know, man. When you're just stepping over somebody you just pancaked, I'm not sure how that's a penalty, but it is what it is.
So here is a punt. This one is low, short, wobbly spiral. Takes a good Clinton bounce, though, and it will roll dead all the way at the 40-yard line of Oak Ridge.
They needed that.
Let's see. 38, 48. That is a 48-yard punt.
You can't get much more out of that punt.
No.
It was short, not very hard hit. Got a very good row for the Clinton Dragons.
And you think about it, if there's not an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there,
change
then
field position. I mean, you're in a better position. So, you know, one unfortunate 15-yard penalty there changes this whole drive.
Oak Ridge has had a short field all night.
They have, and it's still only 14-7.
This time Oak Ridge lines up with a tight end to the right. And we've got whistles on the play. And it's a timeout. So Clinton wants to talk about it. Clinton will use its first timeout of the second half. This timeout, of course, brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Home appliance financing available. Apply online at pattersonsappliances.com.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
When your champions are always
OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson with you, and the Oak Ridge student section.
I'm telling you, they're having a blast right now. You can feel them jumping all the way up here in this press box. Great environment that you're going to experience in East Tennessee is this Clinton-Oak Ridge rivalry. If you haven't been here in person, you got to attend once.
Out of the timeout, Hammers 1st and 10. Tight end lined up to the right. Handoff goes up the middle to Dozier. Dozier able to somehow pick up 4 yards. He was met at the line of scrimmage and squirted free right there at the end.
You got to love his tenacity to drive his feet. He does not stop moving his feet, which allows him to fall forward. He is a very talented football player for this Oak Ridge football team.
So now here is Sharp lined up in the quarterback position. Dozier to his right. Option play. Pitch goes to Dozier. Dozier finds the outside. Gets across midfield to the 40. And finally run out of bounds at the Clinton 40-yard line. A quick pickup there of 16 yards.
Dozier making it happen right there. Clinton had the correct play call. Corner coming in, squeaking. Should have had to play for a tackle for loss. Instead, Dozier makes him miss. Picks up a huge first down.
The Hammers first down at that.
If that Clinton corner would have broke down just a little bit earlier, that would have been a big stop for the Clinton Dragons.
So now, Oak Ridge again, tight end to the left. 2 wideouts to the left. Sharp with the ball over his head. It's on the ground. He just has to fall on it. That's going to be a huge loss on the play. Ball spotted all the way back at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats. Loss of 17 will bring up 2nd and 27.
Let's see what happens here between the center and quarterback exchange. Center just had a missed snap, got a little too high. Quarterback couldn't do nothing about it. Big loss.
And the ball correctly spotted at the 43. I thought he was going to be on the 42, but you can see on the Chuck Fleischman replay there.
You see the offensive line for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. They are very big at the center position and the offensive tackles position. At guard, they are very small, 170 pounds small.
Sharp back to pass, looks over the middle. That pass is complete, and getting some extra yardage for Oak Ridge is Izzy Mitchell.
Izzy's had a heck of a game for the Oak Ridge Wildcats tonight. He's showing out.
Pickup of 17 places the ball at the original line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd and 10. 6:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And at halftime, we got a score update for you. Gordonsville up on Oliver Springs, 28-7. So now, Oak Ridge, 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Dozier in the backfield. Here's the snap. Sharp looks, and then quickly that passes out. And speared on the play is Almani Rembert.
Brandon Holyfield, the senior, coming in laying the smackdown.
And I think Scott Cummins wanted a penalty at the end of this. And let's watch the Chuck Fleischman replay. So you saw beautiful tackle right there, but then if you watch that last little push there at the end, and actually there is a flag, but it's not near that play. So they ended up calling a sideline warning on Clinton.
What a hit by the Clinton Dragon. The whole sideline erupted after that. Clinton's got some momentum.
Here's the punt. Nose was down. It's got a back spin on it, and that's exactly how it lands. It takes a Clinton bounce of a couple yards, and it will be spotted at the 22-yard line, which is about where Clinton has been starting drives all night.
Guys, if you're in the market for some beef, please give Crooked Fork Farms a call. They have USDA organic beef for the best prices in town. CrookedForkFarms.com. 865-206-7560. They've got everything that you can want. You go to Crooked Fork Farms for quality over value. Very, very high quality meat, and you ain't going to have better in anywhere in East Tennessee.
Trying to impress that special gal. Put her a steak on the grill.
It'll do.
From Crooked Fork Farms.
And sauces. We got some really good sauces and jams and jellies.
I heard that. I've not gotten to try that yet, but let's see. On this Hammers 1st and 10, here's Keith.
Good
and that
catch.
pass is complete. And getting some extra yardage for Clinton. It looks to be, is that Bryson Rice? No.
That's Bryson Maddox, the freshman, coming in big with a big-time catch on the sideline and taking a big hit and holding on to the football. Very high on this freshman for the Clinton Dragons. You see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
That was the previous play before that, or the previous play before that. But here is the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Great contested catch by the freshman. Hold on high and tight to that football. Took a good hit there.
So on the Hammers 1st and 10, here is Keith, hands off up the middle. And that goes to Goins. And Goins picks up 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 7. Boy, Keith can sling that rock.
He's a very talented football player. He's fun to watch.
Going to pass it this time.
Look here.
Way downfield, and he's got a man there. And just out of the stretched out arms of Braylon Taylor. Taylor was able to get behind the defense.
Watch his release here. He didn't even really get to step into that ball, and he threw it far. This kid is very talented for the Clinton Dragons. I'd like to see him a little bit more this year.
He missed it by a yard.
Yep.
Missed it by a yard. That's a good looking throw. After that incompletion, though, it will be 3rd and 7. 4:40 left on the third quarter.
Baseball release. Have you noticed that? I'm wondering if he plays baseball.
Keith going to step up this time.
Direct traffic.
Sends a man up the field and just barely throws it.
I know he missed that play, but that is impressive. That is a very heads-up play to be able to read that, to direct traffic as you're rolling out against an Oak Ridge Wildcat team that's a little bit bigger and got a little more depth on the sidelines. That's a heads-up play by the quarterback of Clinton.
And you said you wanted to see them again. You will when they play Lenoir City on October 7th.
Ooh, Lenoir City's better this year.
They are, yeah. They about messed around and won that Battle of the Bridge against Loudon this year. So now end to punt for Clinton is Blaine Collins. And this is an end-over-ender that lands at the 34, takes a bounce, and picking up off the bounce is Hayward, and Hayward gets it up to about the 32-yard line. That ball could not have bounced any better into Hayward's hands.
Kid, and that's the wrong one for it to bounce into for the Clinton Dragons, because Hayward is a very special athlete. One of the better wide receivers in the country.
Just a junior as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, can this Clinton defense hold on? They have done a really good job so far in this second half. Does depth start playing a factor?
We'll find out. 4:16 left to go in the third quarter. Oak Ridge clinging to that 14-7 lead. Here is Sharp. Sends a man in motion, and we've got flags on the play.
Movement, offensive line, right tackle.
That's what it was. That'll cost Oak Ridge 5 yards, which will bring up a Hammers 1st and 15.
Most of the time when you have an offensive lineman that jumps early, it's a run play. So let's see what happens here. They changed the play since it's 1st and 15.
Three wideouts to the left. No one in motion this time, so they did change the play. And Sharp under pressure has to step up in the pocket. And he's going to be hit and dropped after a pickup of maybe one. So good time that time by Clinton getting pressure on Sharp.
You see there Dylan Spurlock coming in, putting pressure on the quarterback, making him step up into the pocket, pick up just a yard on the play.
Now Oak Ridge gets the play.
Where is Brandon Hayward on offense? Brandon Hayward. We have yet to call his name significantly.
And a little jet sweep here.
Good move.
Up to the 30, just a pickup of 3 that time for Oak Ridge, and that is Almonte Rembert. You can tell he's shifty. Not much on that jet sweep, though, as you'll see on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Clinton doing a really good job just flowing to the football.
Yep. 3rd and 11. 2:45 left to go in this third quarter.
You got one-on-one coverage at the top of your screen with Brandon Hayward.
Ooh, good find. Sharp lets it go over the middle. It's almost picked off. That time he was trying to hit Will Presley. And Derek Bean got his hands on it but couldn't come down with it.
Now, Will Presley is just a freshman for this Oak Ridge team, and he has been targeted about 3 times already tonight. So that tells you what kind of athlete that he's going to be for the future.
So Oak Ridge in punt formation again with Brendan Pearson.
Now let's try to catch the ball if you're Clinton. Don't lose a lot of unnecessary yards on this punt.
High snap. And beautiful punt again, and it is caught. And getting some yardage after the catch is Jeremiah Lee for Clinton. And this will be one of the better starting positions for Clinton, as they'll have it at the Oak Ridge 33-yard line.
Great punt again, excellent hang time, very difficult. The sophomore makes a really good adjustment to the football, picks up some tough yardage.
Yeah, great return. Now, if he had wanted to make you angry, he could have let that one bounce, and then you're looking at a loss of like 15 yards probably,
you know,
a net loss.
It's common sense, and you see that mistake so often in high school football. It costs you games. It's football for a reason.
So Hammers 1st and 10. H-back to the left, pistol set, handoff, goes to Goins. Goins finds a couple yards. They'll give him the 37, so they'll give him 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
Good tackle that time by Grayson Hope, the senior, 5'11", 190-pound linebacker.
Under 2 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Clinton, same set, handoff, goes to Goins. Goins tries to find running room up the left, cuts it back. Good move by Goins, and reels off another 4 yards, which will bring up 3rd and short.
Brian Kelly in on the tackle for the Oak Ridge Wildcats again. He's got to be in double digits on tackles so far tonight.
See on this Chuck Fleischman replay, just a one-cut move there, and Goins able to pick up another 4 yards. It's now 3rd and short, pistol set. Same formation. It's not Goins in the backfield, though. Actually, it is Goins. I didn't think it was, but he doesn't get anything, and that's going to bring up 4th and 2. So what about Clinton going 3 straight runs right there? And also, how about Mr. Kelly?
The first 2 was good. Oak Ridge made a pretty good adjustment defensively and stacked that box and really had the numbers helping them on the run game there. And that's why you've seen a no gain on the last play.
Clinton's going to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this pre-owned 2020 Ford Edge ST all-wheel drive, $46,590. 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, $51,590. 2019 Lincoln Continental, $41,970. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today.
Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson.
You're looking at Robert Ayers, one of the greatest Tennessee football defensive linemen to ever play there, as a defensive coordinator for this Oak Ridge Wildcat team, and he has got to be telling his Oak Ridge Wildcats to watch the football. Clinton has got to be going hard count here, trying to look for a first down. Let's see what happens.
No, they're not. And we've got a flag on the play.
Picked up a lot of yardage there. Somebody move early.
That changes things.
Got to punt it now.
Illegal substitution on Clinton.
Coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, that's rough. Boy, that would have been really, really close to the first down, too. So now Clinton going to have to send their punt unit out there as Blaine Collins, the sophomore in punt formation.
You cannot kick it to Hayward. You're going to have to try to angle it out of bounds. Do not give these guys an opportunity to get another touchdown on it.
Collins bobbles the snap, but nobody's there. Able to get the punt off cleanly. It's a wobbly spiral. It bounces at the 39.
Hey, it
and did it hit an
It hit a Wildcat.
Player?
Clinton ball. Clinton
Wow.
ball.
What a turnover.
Short kick. Wildcat defenders running downfield, trying to set up blocks.
I tell you, this snap actually set that up.
Yeah.
This bobbled snap. Oak Ridge didn't send anyone.
Yep.
So when he finally punted it, Oak Ridge is all the way down the field. And now, yeah.
Hit him right in the back of the leg and the hip. Clinton ball. Big break for the Clinton Dragons.
Reminds me of Forrest Gump. Something jumped up and bit me. Right in the buttocks.
The pig skin did it.
All right, so here is Clinton with another opportunity. Keith, handoff. Goins met in the backfield. Nothing there. Oh, they blew it dead.
Oh, my goodness.
And he pitched it back. And Kelly is hurt, and that's a bad cramp. You can see it on the screen, but look at this replay. So he's stacked up there. All right. He's still kind of going, and then he pitches it back before he falls, and Keith had room in front of him.
Great play by Sean Nels coming in there and making a good tackle. That's a heads-up play by the junior linebacker.
And that is Brian Kelly on the field there, and he is hurting.
He has covered a lot of ground for the Oak Ridge Wildcats on defense tonight from sideline to sideline. So I can imagine the cramps are setting in. He is stacked up a lot of tackles tonight. Guys, if you're interested in beef, please check out crookedforkfarms.com. Beef and pork, USDA fresh organic meat. crookedforkfarms.com. If you're in need of gravel, dump truck services, forestry mulching, trail clearing, anything of the sorts, Crooked Fork Farms is your best option. They have a 5-star review on Google. Can't go wrong. If you need their services, give them a call. 865-206-7560.
Also, like to say thank you to Sabre Beauchamp for sponsoring tonight's game. Sabre Beauchamp, County Commissioner, says, roll Wildcats, roll. Also, Mayor Scott Burton, who tonight is saying, go Dragons. I bet he's enjoying this exciting matchup.
I'd say he's standing on his feet, shaking his hands.
So under 10 seconds left to play now in this third quarter. Clinton does not have to snap it, but they will.
Pressure. Hey.
And then Clinton able to break it, but slipping up on the play is Damon Marable, and that will end our third quarter. So we had a stalemate in the third quarter as Oak Ridge maintains that 14-7 lead, but the Dragons in Wildcat territory when we begin the fourth on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
As we begin the fourth quarter on your OEB Law Game of the Week, the rain has begun to fall. Here is Keith under a lot of pressure and somehow breaks free, gets up the sidelines and out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 31-yard line, and he will be 1 yard shy of the first down, and it will be 4th and 1.
This is the time you go for it here. Fourth quarter. 1 yard to go. Got to go for it.
And a pretty good little rain shower now falling on the field.
That could impact the play. So keep your eye open for a good run play here. With the rain falling down.
Keith hands off Goins. Goins got the first down. Gets it up to the 28-yard line. Hammers 1st and 10, and Clinton keeps this drive alive. And Oak Ridge with another injured player.
Grayson Hope going to have to come off.
He was pointing at his shoulder. And now, thanks to the stunning high definition, we can bring you to these games in. You can see
it's really falling hard now, guys.
And there's a fumble on the play, and Joshua Keith just has to fall on it. That bounced straight back up right into his arm as he recovered that. Oh man, look how big those raindrops are.
Big old raindrops. Does it rattle the quarterback? Quarterbacks usually hate playing in rain. So let's see.
Second and 14. Here's a handoff, and squirting for some extra running room, getting up ahead close to the first down is Chauncey Phelps.
If he wouldn't have run into his own player, he might have scored on that. Wow.
That's the first time we've said his name tonight.
He's going to have to check himself out of the game, come up a little limpy.
And he was lined up in the backfield.
Watch this. Come on.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh. What a game we got here, guys.
A pickup of 10 brings up 3rd and 4. Keith lines up in the pistol. Sends a man in motion. Handoff goes up the middle to Goins. Goins is stopped after a pickup of 1. 4th and 3.
Big 4th down here, guys. 10 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. You're trailing by 7.
Look at that, mano y mano. That's Brian Kelly saying, I'm putting this game in my hands right now.
Brian Kelly is a college linebacker. Somebody needs to be extending some offers to that young man.
All right, so 4th and 3. Clinton going to go for it again. 2 wideouts either side, pistol set. Keith drops back and just tosses this one up in the air. It's caught. And Elijah Batiste makes the catch. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line. That's enough for a Hammers first down.
Good touch on the ball by the quarterback, floats it up, lets his running back run underneath the ball for a good secure catch, picks up a tough first down. Great job.
New set of downs. What a game we have here. 9 minutes left to play in it.
This is a dogfight, guys.
2 wideouts either side. That same pistol formation. Keith sends a man in motion. Looks, now is under a lot of pressure, has to roll out, still looking upfield, finally takes off himself, and breaks free to the 10, to the 5, ducks his elbow down, and is stopped at the 4-yard line. That's enough for a Hammers first down.
Impressive.
That's Coach's kid saying, I got you, Coach. And the way he was able to get away.
This pocket presence, guys. Watch this pocket presence. It's collapsing. He knows. Roll out. Look downfield. Nobody's there. What I do? Pick up. Wow. That's stuff you just can't coach.
Incredible play. Sets up a Hammers first and goal at the 4. Clinton 4 yards away from an opportunity to tie this game. Extra blocker to the right. Here's Felt up the middle. Touchdown, Clinton.
14.
Chauncey Phelps with a state representative, John Reagan, touchdown, who says best of luck this season to the Dragons and Wildcats.
14-13. Clinton scratching back.
And that is Chauncey Phelps. We just said his name for the first time a couple plays ago, and now he's in the end zone, giving Clinton an opportunity to tie this thing up. Extra point from Jacob Pruitt is important, and it just goes over the uprights. It is good. With 8:02 left to go in this game, Clinton has battled back, tied it at 14 in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, we are knotted up at 14 with 8:02 left to go. And you know something, like the rain started coming down really hard, and so Clinton fought through. They converted 2 4th downs and got into the end zone, and now the rain has stopped. So Oak Ridge, the offense is not going to have to battle with the rain like Clinton did. And so now Jacob Pruitt, who just hit that extra point barely, will kick it for the Dragons. Hayward and Rembert are back deep to receive. That ball is taken by Rembert. Rembert looking for running room, gets up to the 30, breaks up the sideline to the 40, still on his feet, but then down just shy of midfield on that Warren Gooch, mayor of Oak Ridge kickoff. Mayor Gooch rooting for the Wildcats tonight. And his Wildcats are set up 51 yards from pay dirt with 7:50 left to go in the game. So you say, don't kick it to Brandon Hayward, and Rembert's like, what about me? Ooh.
I think we got a bunch of kids out there wanting to play some football. That's what we got.
Some late substitutions for Oak Ridge now. 10 seconds on the play clock.
5, 4.
Look at this loaded backfield now for Oak Ridge, and I don't think they got it off. But I guess they did get it off because nobody called a penalty. And on the run there, a pickup of 11, and that will be a Hammers first down.
If I'm a defensive coach over there for Clinton, I am going ballistic at the white hat trying to find out why that wasn't a penalty. It was on 0.
And Dozier with the run there.
Dozier is a special athlete, man. You talk about a running back that can lead this Oak Ridge football team to paradise this year.
So correction, a pickup of 9 on the play will bring up 2nd and 1. And here is Dozier again. They're going to put the game in his hands at the end. Good decision. Dozier up to the 20. Finally brought down on the play inside the red zone. Hammers first down.
In Dozier we trust.
And we've got a player slow to get up, but Oak Ridge changing some things up. They're putting 2 blockers in the backfield for Dozier, and Dozier is taking advantage of it. Trying to see who the injured player is.
Uh-oh. That's not the one you want. That's Marable.
Yes, it is. And he's been face down ever since the end of that run. Hopefully he's okay. 14-14, under 7 to play in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
So in your OEB Law Game of the Week, that is for Clinton Damon Marable. And he's finally able to get up and walk under his own power, so we're happy to see that.
Guys, if you like farm-raised jelly, jams, honeys, barbecue sauces,
I like all that
the
stuff.
likes,
yeah,
you need to visit crookedforkfarms.com. They have the best all-natural ingredients, local processed honeys and jams and jellies. You have got to try this stuff, guys. Hoot approves this message.
You're not the only one. I heard you talking to one of our cameramen, Chris Bricky, earlier. He tried some of that, what is it, gator sauce?
Gator jam.
So, okay, so Hammers 1st and 10, handoff Dozier with those 2 leading blockers, and this is Chauncey Hunt
play.
Meeting him at the line of scrimmage. Still able to pick up 2, will bring up 2nd and 8, but wow.
Wow, Feltz coming in there like a firecracker, lighting up the Oak Ridge running back right at the line of scrimmage.
I said Chauncey Hunt.
He's playing like Chauncey Hunt.
There you go. So that same formation now, 2 lead blockers in the backfield. Sharp hands off to Dozier. Dozier breaks up the middle. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. That is a state representative, John Reagan, touchdown, saying best of luck this season to the Dragons and the Wildcats. But Oak Ridge responds.
Respond indeed. Wildcats going up 20-14 with 6:06 left in the 4th quarter.
So how about that? Oak Ridge comes out. They get a good return. So they've got good field position to start, but then they come out in a different formation that we've not seen all night. They gave Dozier some extra blockers, and he just took advantage of it.
Looked like a man amongst boys. Dozier has completely took over the second half for the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
So an important point after now for Oak Ridge. And I'm not sure exactly why we have a stoppage in play, but we've got one for some reason. Okay, so now we're ready. Nehemiah Elmore is the holder. David Wilson is the kicker. And Clinton jumps off sides. Not that big of a deal.
Could be.
If they decide to go for 2.
You ain't kidding. I mean,
whew. It happens sometimes. Honestly, with the way you run the football all night.
I know.
Or the way you run the football on that drive.
In the second half, Oak Ridge has run the football very effectively.
Yeah. It's worth it.
I don't know those your stats, but I'm sure they're glowing right now.
It's worth it at least considering, but Oak Ridge will not. Scott Cummins going to leave Wilson in there.
Looked like we had an early movement by the offensive line of Oak Ridge.
Ooh, we did. Okay. So the defensive offsides doesn't really hurt you that much. That one does a little bit more, though.
None of this impacts anybody out there on the field more than the kicker. He's sitting there having to think about new placement, new area, that anytime you can delay a kicker from making a kick, sometimes it can have an effect on the kicker. Let's see if it does here.
They should still be able to make this. This will be a 23-yard attempt for the extra point. It's up, and it's easily through.
He kicked it to big heads.
He did. So 21-14 is your score. 6:14 left to go in this fourth quarter. Let's see if Clinton has an answer to Oak Ridge's answer on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
We are the Oak Ridge High School cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge. We are Oak Ridge.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go, Big Red! Go, Fred!
And back for the Mayor Warren Gooch kickoff, as this one will go into the end zone for a touchback, and Clinton once again will begin a drive 80 yards away from the goal line. And Mayor Warren Gooch says go Wildcats, so he's got to be happy that Oak Ridge was able to answer there. And now I tell you what, I was pumped up for Clinton. I thought they had all the momentum in the world, but then Oak Ridge just kind of hits back. And
hard. Coming out in an unexpected formation, power formation, took some of their best players as wide receivers off the field, brought in some larger bodies, and got a touchdown out of it.
And so now, personally, what I feel is even if Clinton can't answer, I don't know if they can stop Oak Ridge. So let's see. Keith, handoff goes to Chauncey Phelps. And he picks up 4. So the Hammers' 1st and 10 becomes a 2nd and 6. So Phelps, we didn't see him until last drive, and now we're seeing a bunch of him. So Clinton also changing some things up. Go from power to more finesse. Keith, hands off up the middle to his fullback, and that's Javon Rod, a junior. That's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
He's got some size to him, too, now. That's not an easy guy to tackle. And, of course, who else? The number 33, Brian Kelly.
Looked about like Mike Allstott running up through there. And here is Phelps up the middle this time. Not much on that Hammers 1st and 10. Picked up a couple inches. Anyway. Met on the play that time by Tyler Pickens.
Brian Kelly so far is in on 15 tackles so far tonight. He's all over the field, guys.
Well, that's not surprising. Now here is Keith, drops back to pass, lets it go, and that pass is almost picked off. Was it caught? Did he catch that? And there's a flag on the play. So I believe you're going to have defensive pass interference. And yeah, Oak Ridge is backing up. Let's see what Mr. Whitehat says. That's it, pass interference. And that will bring up a first down, a Hammers first down. You know, Clinton putting an extra blocker in the backfield as well. And here's Chauncey Feltz trying to find room around the outside. He does. He picks up a really tough 6 yards, which will bring up 2nd and 4. 4:30 left to go in this game now. So here's that play before with the pass interference call. So we'll be able to see what we see here. Oh, everybody cut to the play we just saw.
Well, great display there by the offensive line of getting upfield to the second level and allowing your running back to pick up some tough yardage there. Big gain.
So Clinton has entered Oak Ridge territory. Handoff up the middle again to the linebacker. And that is Javon Rod. So Clinton also throwing in some new spice. A pickup of 2 will make it 3rd and 2. Clinton, no doubt, in 4-down territory at this point. 3:30 left to go in the game. Dragons with just 1 timeout remaining. Keith directing traffic. 14 on the play clock. Gets the snap, looks quickly out of his hands, and that pass falls incomplete. 4th and 2. Clock stopped at 3:15. So just looking at the Chuck Fleischman replay, it looked like maybe there was just a miscommunication. If Clinton does not pick up this first down here, I'd say it's the play of the game. If they do, maybe not. We'll see. Handoff goes to Feltz. Feltz trying to find some room on the outside, flips over for the Hammers first down. And player down, and I believe that's Kelly. But watch this Chuck Fleischman replay. Feltz.
Brandon Hayward in on the tackle for Oak Ridge.
Maybe that's not.
I think he's standing at like the 43.
So they will tend to him. 3:07 left to go in this game. Clinton will have a Hammers 1st and 10.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
So back to our OEB Law Game of the Week. We were able to figure out it was Grayson Hope who was injured on the play. They're going to come out and measure. They say he's short.
Wow.
I don't believe what I'm looking at. From that replay, it looked like he clearly had a first down.
Wow.
So let's watch it again, this Chuck Fleischman replay. He's got to get the 44-yard line.
Oh, he was.
His shoulder's down, right? I think That's a first down. I don't know. That's such a big play. And to make that call, I don't know. So Clinton has one timeout, 3:07 left on the clock. Oak Ridge with a Hammers 1st and 10. Really, Oak Ridge doesn't have to do anything but pick up first downs now. So here's a handoff, goes to Dozier. And this time Clinton a little bit more ready for it as Dozier picks up close to 2 yards. So that will make it 2nd and 8. Clock continues to run under 3 minutes now. So if you're Clinton, you got to get a stop here. You have to.
If you don't, it's over. So you have got to force 3 and out or turnover.
So Oak Ridge back into that formation where they give extra blockers to Dozier. Clinton a little bit more ready for it this time. What you do, though, is you leave an opportunity to let Clinton fall asleep. Because if you look at the bottom of your screen, number 13 there, that's Brandon Hayward with no help over the top. Here's a handoff to Dozier. Dozier gets to the outside, brought down at the 39. So there's another first down. If he went out of bounds, they do stop the clock. So Hammers 1st and 10, and Dozier. What a stiff arm there at the end of that play. And we've got a timeout. Clinton wants a timeout. And this timeout is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Thank you for your support over 55 years.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Clinton has just used its final timeout. As fans head toward the exits. Sharp. Oh, and Oak Ridge moved early. That'll cost the Wildcats 5 yards. Not that it matters much.
Jumbo formation still for Oak Ridge.
And Dozier trying to squeeze through. Somehow he does. And still on his feet. And picks up, looks to be about 6-7 yards on the play. It'll still be second and long after the penalty. Now it looks like Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is taking its time. And the play clock is stopped at 38 while the game clock is still moving. So they got to figure that out. Because the way that is now, you've essentially got 84 seconds on the game clock. So now they reset the play clock to 25. So I'm not sure why they didn't go to, the video footage in New York and get their call on that one. I'm not sure. But Clinton is basically helpless now as Oak Ridge has gone into victory formation as the game clock is still running. The play clock is not running. Oh, okay, so they're keeping the play clock on the field. And Sharp takes a knee. It'll be 3rd down. So once again, want to say thank you to all of our sponsors tonight, including County Commissioner Sabre Beauchamp. Roll, Wildcats, roll. That's exactly what they did here tonight. Also, Heather Hartman for Oak Ridge School Board says, "Go Cats, beat the Dragons for the Ridge," and I believe that they were able to take care of that. Also, Charlie Hensley, candidate for Oak Ridge City Council, wishes the Wildcats good luck. And that's going to do it. Oak Ridge going to be able to run the clock out. Say thank you to attorney Daniel Forrester, who wishes both teams a great season in 2022. And also Mayor Scott Burton, who is rooting for the Dragons for the rest of the season, as well as tonight. And Wendy Manus for Clinton City Council says, "Make them feel fire, go Dragons." And man, I tell you, an exciting football game tonight as Oak Ridge is able to run the streak up to 13 straight wins, and it came down to where the ball was placed on a 4th down play.
Yeah, that's what happens in close games. You pay attention to everything because everything matters. What we've seen tonight was a dramatically improved Clinton Dragons football team compared to three years ago. I mean, we was over there in Clinton watching them, and they couldn't hardly move the ball up and down the field without turning it over. So Coach has done a great job at Clinton, and Coach Cummings is doing a great job at Oak Ridge. Once he gets this discipline stuff kind of fixed and gets this program all kind of moving in the right direction, you better watch out, because Oak Ridge could beat anybody on any given Friday night.
Well, if you think about it, Oak Ridge has always been a football powerhouse. That's why Joe Gaddis is 2nd in all-time wins. He achieved almost all those at Oak Ridge. Not all of them, but almost all those at Oak Ridge with the Wildcats. A winning tradition here, powerhouse football. And so you get a guy like Scott Cummins who won a state championship with West. And you put him in this position, and it's not a lateral move. It's definitely a step up. Anywhere you go in the state, if you come to coach Oak Ridge, it's a step up.
Yeah, absolutely. Oak Ridge is one of the perennial powerhouses in all of East Tennessee football, especially back in the day. And Coach Cummings is trying to turn that back around into the old ways of getting Oak Ridge back to the state championship. As you see the celebration on the field as the student section just goes crazy. This is a great environment for high school football.
It is. In student section, I don't know when it started, but they've got the themes that they do, and tonight's theme, I guess, is construction worker, and the fans can go out and cheer with the team. It's really exciting. So, any takeaway from tonight?
My takeaway from tonight is Oak Ridge is still growing, and the best is yet to come. The ceiling is very high with them. They have so much talent that the sky's the limit. Clinton is a blue-collar program that is fun to watch, great coaching, very disciplined bunch. Had some penalties tonight, but I'm telling you right now, that Clinton bunch is tough, and it's only going to get better for them moving down the road.
So next week, we will be in Kingston, and we will have the Rockwood-Kingston game. Now, here's the replay. You see the line to gain. Look,
Hayward flips him, and he's clearly over.
Which hand is the ball in? It's in his right hand, isn't it? mean, if the ball's in his right hand, and it is.
I don't know. You let us know what you see, audience. What do you see? Do you see a first down? Or do you see a turnover on downs?
Because I think you go forward progress, because when he starts flipping, the ball's going to move backwards a little bit.
To me, it looks like a first down. And you see the angle of the referee. Even at that angle, he should have had a better spot than that. I mean, he clearly landed past that hash mark. I don't know. But that's what you get in close ball games. It's high school football. It's close.
Well, and the chains are just short of that 44-yard line as well.
I don't know. I don't know what the referee saw, but guys at the house, if you're seeing, let us know what you think. You might have a different opinion than us. Either way you go, the referees have done a good job tonight keeping this kind of a safe place, limited personal fouls.
Yeah.
In a big rivalry game.
Yeah. They say football is a game of inches. I think that is an example of football being a game of inches. And it is. Clinton possibly coming up an inch shy tonight against Oak Ridge, 21-14. Again, next week we'll be at Kingston for Rockwood and Kingston. I didn't see the final, but Brainerd was up on Kingston 14-0, and the Yellow Jackets were able to come back and tie that one. So I'm not sure where that one is now. We'll find out with the final scoreboard show brought to you by the Free Medical Clinic. Jonathan Cox will be on standby, and they'll have all those scores on display for you. And Rockwood was up big in Roan Mountain against Cloudland, so the Tigers will be coming off of a win. So you see Oak Ridge's schedule. From here they go. They've got a home game against Farragut next week, and Farragut's a tough program.
Very good passing program.
And Farragut had Maryville tonight and got thumped a little bit, but that's Maryville, so we expect that to happen. So
Oak Ridge has a favorable schedule moving forward. I know it's tough. Likes of Dobbin's been in Carnes and Greenville and Powell, but like you said, Powell isn't the same Powell as they were with Potts and the like. So you never know what you can get. Like I said at the first ball game, that this year was the year of the Wildcats. And this Oak Ridge football team just has way too much talent not to produce. You just got to work on that discipline and make sure everybody's moving in the right direction.
You see the celebration there for Oak Ridge here from Blankenship
Gotta
Field.
love it. Friday night, nothing better.
And again, the Friday Night Scoreboard Show will be coming up directly after our coverage here ends in just a moment.
Guys, if you're in need of some high-quality beef, please give Crooked Fork Farms a call, www.crookedforkfarms.com. They have all the New York strips, porterhouse steak, ribeye steaks. Everything's USDA certified and inspected. 21-day dry-aged elite meat, guys. If you are in the market for some farm fresh meat, give Crooked Fork Farms a look up on social media at crookedforkfarms.com. 865-206-7560. Farm fresh pork and beef, jellies, jams, sauces, anything that your heart desires and your tongue craves, we can supply you at Crooked Fork Farms.
What is the worst finish to a steak, and why is it well done?
Well, you got to taste your meat. You can't have well done meat.
No.
Now, I'm not going to lie. If it's that old nasty meat from Walmart, I'm going to cook it till it can't hardly move no more. But if you get that Crooked Fork Farms meat, you're going to treat it delicately and just barely warm it up on the grill.
Yeah, sear it.
That's it.
Get a little crust on it, some seasoning.
21-day dry-aged meat is the highest quality that you can purchase. You're not just going to go to Kroger's and find 21-day dry-aged meat. You're going to go to the elite steakhouses and find that type of meat. So if you're interested, give us a call.
I wish you'd stop talking. I want a steak really bad. It's Friday after 10. I can't
tell you
who's
who's deserved a steak is this Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. They really showed out tonight and came away with a tough victory over the Clinton Dragons.
Boy, it was a lot of fun tonight. You could tell it was a rivalry and a hard-fought game by both sides. So Clinton fans, don't hang your head. Really good effort here tonight at Blankenship Field. And Oak Ridge is only going to get better.
Clinton is only going to get better as well. I mean, both of these two teams. Anderson County football in 2022 is good, guys. I mean, look at Anderson County. Look what they're doing. Oak Ridge has got 2 or 3, some of the best talent in the country. Clinton coming along. I mean, hey, it's big time football down here, and it's exciting.
Yep, I agree. So I guess that'll about do it for us here at Blankenship Field. I want to say thank you to all of our crew helping us out, and thank you to our owner, Brad Jones, Tim Elrod of OEB Law for helping getting us out here. It's a final at Blankenship Field. Oak Ridge defeats Clinton 21-14. For James Gibson, I am Aaron Harvey signing off, saying so long, folks.
When your champions are always on the go, make sure their journey is safe and reliable. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton can drive you to the next level of performance in this new 2022 F-150 4x4 $39,990. 2022 Explorer XLT 4-wheel drive $51,245. 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Crew $62,240.
Local you trust, performance you can afford.
Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership. I-75 exit 122 or shop us online at rayvarnerford.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.